How's it going, good people? Today on the agenda, we got I won't call it an emergency call, but it was kind of like a, hey, can you go and take a look at this type call for a customer. It is currently raining, and the customer reached out and was like, hey, we got water coming in under the door. So, going to go take a look at that. Hey, my name is Kenny, and I'm the owner of Robinson Handy and Technology Services based in Montgomery, Alabama. The customer reached out to say, hey, I got water coming in under the door, need it to stop, which, given that it's actively raining, it's actually a thunderstorm, not a severe weather thunderstorm, but it is a thunderstorm with a lot of heavy rain that is actually rolling through the area as this is taking place. It's starting to clear up. You can kind of see some blue skies in the background there, but it's actually in front of me, though. It is still dark. So that is where we're going into at the moment. But yeah, so customer said, hey, got rain coming in, not sure. See if you can try to address it until a more permanent fix can be done. So going to go take a look at that right now. All right, so I didn't get as much footage of the actual work being done, but at this time, really, I didn't do anything except observe and take notes and advise the customer what could be done. I did have some silicone or caulk brought with me, but given that the area where the water is coming in at is wet, you cannot apply those things while it is actively wet. You have to have it while it is, or install it while it is dry. And I had to tell the customer, it's like, unfortunately, I can't even put this, like, I brought it with me, but I can't even apply this stuff because it has to be dry in order for it to stick. And then there's another, I believe, a 24 to 48 hour wait period for it to actually set up and cure. So at most, I really can't do anything at this point. But what I did advise is that because of the location of where and as you see, it is getting darker because of the rain, because of the location of where the door is in perspective to the roof, what is actually happening is the water is running off of the roof, and when it comes off of the roof, it lands right in front of the door and is splashing back up onto the threshold of the door, and through that is actually coming inside. What I have advised is once the weather is dry, you can put some silicone or caulk down, whichever of the two, in addition to putting I forgot the official name, but it's basically a strip of metal that goes under like the 2 to 3 shingles up from the bottom. And what it does is diverts the water. It's an L-shaped piece of metal that diverts the water from one portion to the other. And it is very common in my area, which is Montgomery, for these pieces to be placed on a roof and on the roof, in particular over a doorway, whether it be a human door or a garage door, and instead of using gutters. Ideally, your house would have gutters, but I guess the standard in Montgomery is to not have gutters. Majority of the houses do not have gutters. They're literally just end of shingle, and then that's it. You may have some flashing underneath that, but that depends. But definitely no gutters. And so you have these flashing here over the doorways to divert the water so you don't get splashback over that. And so that's what I advise for this particular customer. And that'll help with the water splashing right in front of the door. Ideally, it will move that water further down. I advise about a 2 to 3 foot piece would be sufficient because most doors are about 30 to 32 inches wide here, with the front door being the biggest of them all at 36. So with a 3 foot piece, that should be sufficient enough to move the water away from the doorway, and then by adding caulk to it, that would even stop that from splashing up right there in front of the door and thus going inside of the house. All right, so this is what that piece of flashing looks like. I'm gonna show you a photo of one on another house that I found, and here it is. issue on how to address the water from running into the door. Make sure you have the flashing there. Also make sure that the threshold has some caulk or silicone on it, and that will stop it being the water from running inside of your house. Questions or comments, drop those down below. New videos each week. Please be sure to subscribe and like. And until next time, thank you for watching. Come back.